It did fill me with multiple feelings of contempt, a little anger, and also intrigue, because you realise that there must have been a conspiracy of silence and an orchestrated campaign to keep all this horror show on the down low, away from the taxpayers of the UK and the people of the Commonwealth. And you start to realise that way before Virginia Giuffre, really, Andrew had earned his own downfall. Now, the article opens with a quote from none other than Jeffrey Epstein, and this is the quote. "From the reports I've got back from women we've shared, he's the most perverted animal in the bedroom. He likes to engage in stuff that's even kinky to me, and I'm the king of kink." Now, some would argue, so what? He's an adult. He can be as kinky as he likes. However, the problem is the evidence points to this happening on trips, official trips, where he was representing the UK not only as a member of the royal family, but as a trade envoy for the UK. Now, in this brief article, we are taken back to Prince Andrew's early days, where he earned the nickname Randy Andy whilst he was at Gordonston. And he was good looking back then. He was a real girl magnet, and that nickname did stick. He also served his country by piloting a helicopter in the Falklands, and he was pursued by scores of swooning girls. HRH then stood for his royal heartthrob, which makes the fall from grace all the more stark. When we read that he slept with thousands of women, from porn stars, actresses, models, athletes, politicians, and bartenders. When he represented our late Queen in Thailand, for example, for the King of Thailand's Diamond Jubilee celebrations, it was reported that Prince Andrew entertained more than 40 women. This is the quote. "Often, as soon as one left, another would arrive." Kinky sexual activity, no boundaries, and living out his wildest sexual fantasies aside, he also lacked discernment. A stark quote from Malcolm Barker, who worked at the palace, was that he was forever dragging the worst bunch of tarts up to dine with his mother. Then there's the bullying, which appears to be next level stuff. Really, Andrew could have given a masterclass to Meghan Markle. His appalling behaviour with a professional sports masseuse was just one example, and she was a professional sports masseuse, nothing untoward. Andrew insisted on being naked and being a persistent sex pest. Now, the foundation of his bullying behaviour is being very full of himself, the quote being, "Do you know who I am?" And also, he was a nightmare to sit next to at dinner with lots of dirty jokes about whether you're wearing knickers. I wonder if that made Sarah Ferguson fall in love with them. So classy. The sort of man who finds whoopee cushions funny. We've all met him. Now, there was a little snippet about Prince Edward pre-Sophie days, when he was actually dating Romy Adlington, who had accepted an invite to go duck shooting at Sandringham. She was warned that she would have to travel up to Sandringham with Prince Andrew, and this was presented to her as very bad news. Apparently, Andrew joked with her about farting in the bath. His edifying observation, "They smell worse when you do 'em in the bath." More telling, though, I think, is him getting some jollies by humiliating others. At a formal society event, he unzipped a woman broadcaster's evening dress without any warning, the full length of her back. So he was picking on someone who felt unable to respond. Can you imagine how mortifying and humiliating that would be? You would be completely exposed, all your underwear showing, probably not able to zip it up on your own, yourself. Let's face it, that's assault. I'll tell you what, he wouldn't want to try that on me. He'd be walking like a cowboy for a month, prince or no prince.